4 days of action between the East Series, the Arca Series, all 5 heat races, the D main, C main, B main, and the Power Dash last night, and it has all led up to this, one of the biggest, if not the biggest events on the channel, and for the 3rd year in a row, we are going A main action here tonight. 100 laps, 30 drivers will battle out here on this 0.6 of a mile dirt track, and someone will be able to call themselves the 6th ever event champion of the Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. But there's one man that can get second, and that is Patrick Smith in number 4. We'll see what he can do here tonight. It is 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout A main here for the 6th time on NS Race 97. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Oswego Speedway, and it is time for the big one. It is time for the A main. 100 laps, all of the heat races and all the other mains have up to this point, and boy oh boy has the racing been off the charts this week. We didn't change much, but it has been wild, and one of these 30 drivers will leave here with possibly one of the most prestigious wins on the channel. I'm not alone for this done, joined by unfortunately one of the drivers that didn't queue and did not make it into the main. We got Andy Miller back up here in the booth, and welcome to Oswego.
Thank you. Despite the circumstances, hey, if there's any place to be, it'll definitely be here in the booth, so I am quite happy about that. Ready to see what we can do here. Excited for some more racing here. 30 cars on this track. I was up here for one of the heats, and no, that was the ARCA race, excuse me. I was up here for the ARCA race, and that was a lot of fun. Didn't see any flips in that one, but I don't know. I think we're going to see some chaos in this one. It's going to be a longer race, more cars. Just sending it around this dirt track, it's going to be something to behold, as it always has been. This race has always been a spectacle. It's always been a special one to win, not just because of the fact that it is the Richard Stapleton Memorial, but also just how competitive this race really is. So the cream is really going to rise to the top here to see who's going to get it done.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, the 3rd year of this format, 6th year of this event as a whole, and we will mention it throughout the starting grid, but the amount of people that are making the first A main start is probably over half the field. There's a handful that are in the 2nd A main, and there's only 2 cars that are making the 3rd A main with this format, and those 2 are Travis Crampton and Bronson Minutes. So it's going to be very interesting on who can get the race win. But we do have a really stacked field with a lot of good names and a lot of newcomers to the channel, and it's going to be a signed 100 laps. This is the longest race of the week, though. The second longest was the ARCA race and the B main at 50 laps. This is double 100 laps. How do you think the intensity is going to be? You know, that it's 30 laps, 30 cars and 100 laps instead of 50.
Well, I mean, I always try to preach patience when it comes to a race like this. You just want to have a car that can make it to the end. But with the double file start and just the nature of the racing here, I think that the likelihood of an early caution is pretty high. But then after that, it's just going to come down to who's got the long run car, who's going to be able to kind of come through the field, or if you can try to keep it up front. We've definitely seen times of guys who've had short run speed, but then they start to fall off, and other guys have been able to rise up to the front. So I think all in all, even though it's a dirt track, you got to just try to save your stuff, save these tires a little bit. You don't want to be sliding them too much. You don't want to be pushing them too hard, because I think that we can definitely get some long green flag runs here, despite the nature of the racing. So just patience, patience, patience. Avoid the early crash. Hopefully no one goes airborne, which could happen. And just try to keep it in one piece, and you should have a chance at the end.
Yeah, without a doubt, a lot of great points I made there. We tend to see long ones in the A main. That's what we've seen in the last couple of years. And you definitely want to save those stuff. It's 100 laps, no pit stops. these guys would be good to make it all the way, but they're still going to be tired with it. And that could play into a factor, especially knowing the fact that this is going to be the longest race and the longest time on one set of tires all week long. Definitely going to be a fantastic one, as it always is. So far, we have had 5 flips this year all week long. That's probably more than the last year and the year before. Hopefully, we don't see any more, but with 100 laps and 30 cars, the odds are high. But let's go ahead and meet the 30 drivers here in the 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout, a main feature at Oswego Speedway.
Starting 30th in the number 70, we've got Logan Williams.
Starting 29th in the number 0, we got John Andrews.
Next up in the number 16 car, it is going to be Chris Jericho, first ever start here in the A main.
And alongside him is one of the 2 drivers making his 3rd A main start. Picture perfect so far, but can he get the job done? And the number 23 is Travis Clampton.
Starting 26, it is Reggie Fogelman. Second start here in the A main and a pretty accomplished driver throughout NR offline racing.
Starting 25th, making his 2nd back-to-back A main appearance in the number 42 is Wiley Spurley.
Starting 24th, this is the 72, Samet Ozkan, longtime driver throughout many series offline. This will be his 2nd A main start, but has never won here on the channel, so we'll see if he's able to get it done here tonight.
In his first A main appearance, pretty new to the channel, but looked pretty fast in his heat race earlier in the week, is Bryce Egan in the number 09.
Starting 22nd, it is Felix Mayer, making his first ever start here in the A main, and still looking for the first win on the channel as well.
Starting 21st, he's been fast all week long between E-Series, the ARCA Series, and of course the Shootout field. And the number 11 is Jack Haas, looking for his first win in his first A main start.
Starting 20th, I have the honor to introduce the number 6 of Mr. Edge himself, Nicholas Samadeo. Very accomplished, of course. First A main start here. Does have 3 career wins on this channel, but success in many other places. So expect him to make some noise tonight.
Starting 19th in the number 1, we got the Season 5 JBL Cup Series Rookie of the Year with 3 career wins to his name, and his 2nd A main start is Matthew Burnett.
Starting 18th, it is the number 62, Skylar Taylor, making her 2nd A main start and looking for career win number 2.
Starting 17th in the A main, his first A main, but he does have 1 career win last year in the West Series, and he gets 2nd is the number 24 of Igor Barreto.
Starting 16th, teammate of Barreto, it is Matt Tuck. First A main start, still looking for a first win on the channel, but also another accomplished offline driver.
Starting 15th in the number 9 is Angel Gutierrez. 2nd A main start, does have 1 win, but wants to get a 2nd tonight.
Starting in 14th, it is Jordan Edwards driving the number 39 machine. First A main start. We'll see what he's able to do starting from the midfield.
Starting 13th in the number 32 is Dylan Ayers. Did an incredible 4-wide move. Also landed around this track in his heat race. This is his first A main start. Does have 1 career win and 1 career pole earlier in the year in the Power Truck Series.
Starting P12, it is Owen Miles in the number 75. An Autism Awareness 500 winner from the past and 3 career wins on the channel.
Starting 11th in the number 71 is Austin Scott. His first A main, and he's still looking for his first career win. Failing new driver, maybe he can get the job done.
Making our way to the top 10 now, it is Chase Harris in the number 52, making his first A main start here. Does have a win on the channel as well, however, most importantly is a previous E-Series champions. So plenty of accomplishments there and starting well up in the field. So we'll see what Chase Harris can try to make happen here.
Starting ninth is the only previous winner to make it into the A main. The 2023 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout winner, and of course the Season 1 JBL Cup Series champion is Patrick Smith in the number 4.
And we are starting in 8th place now with Trey Bartow, the number 01. First career A main start. 1 career win here on NS Racing 97.
Starting 7th in the number 88 is Jordan Stout. He has a boatload of accomplishments here on the channel, but this is his first A main start, has 2 wins, which includes the Season 4 JBL Cup Series Coca-Cola 600. As 4 career poles, and oh yeah, it's the most recent Season 5 Truck Series champion.
Starting 6th, it is Aaron Abel, car number 30. Another highly accomplished driver throughout NR offline racing. 2nd career A main start and 6 career wins on the channel.
Starting 5th is one of many drivers making her first start on the channel here tonight, but made a splash here early on. And number 04 is Evelyn McKenzie, first start in the A main and first start on the channel as a whole.
Moving up the field here to this number 74 of Ronnie Hogger, starting in 4th place. First A main start. However, came in with a bang here, winning his heat race.
Getting down to the top 3, starting 3rd and the number 40 is Elijah Gordon. First A main start, 3 career wins, 3 career poles, and could have a good shot starting in 3rd.
And on the front row, it is the number 12, Bronson Minnick, one of only 2 Dodges in the field here. Going to be making his 3rd A main start. A couple of wins on the channel already, won his heat race, and is looking to take advantage of this track position.
And starting on the pole for the 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout is his first A main, but he does have 5 career wins, 2 career poles, and oh yeah, he finished 2nd in the JBL Cup Series point standings this year. He won his heat race, he won the Power Dash, and he will start on pole for the A main here tonight. Going under the review, met the field, a stacked field, a lot of drivers making the first A main started, but a handful of making the 2nd or 3rd. 100 laps, 30 drivers. Who do you think will win the most prestigious event on the channel?
Oh boy, a race this long, this stacked of a field. I actually managed to pick the winner for the, no, that was Alex that picked it. Correction. So anyways, you know what, I'm going to go with Trey Bartow, I think. Plenty of experience, despite the fact that this will be his first A main start. So I think that we could see Trey Bartow getting it done here. It would be neat though if Patrick Smith were to be able to become the first ever multi-time winner. But we'll see.
The longest race all week long. We've had the East race, the Arca race, all the heat races, all the extra mains, has all led up to this. Joe Lukowski, Boss Minute, will lead us to the green. The 2024 Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout A main feature is green at Oswego Speedway. Good jump from the poster of Joe Lukowski, the lead lap number 1. A side-by-side battle right there between the number 40 of Gordon and the 12 of Minnick. But it will be Minnick that barely gets that 2nd spot, side-by-side for 2nd. And here comes Patrick Smith with a 3-light dive bomb on the inside.
Nearly 4 wide. Oh man, there's almost contact already. This is what I meant with the double file start. This is where the most chaos I think is going to happen. And this is why it is highly likely that you're going to see an early caution. These guys just get way too close together, but that's just kind of the nature of the double file start. You want to try to take advantage while you can, but oh man, it comes with a lot of risk. I'm actually surprised that these guys are settling down as quickly as they are.
Oh,
relatively speaking, that is. Oh man, right as I say that.
I think same with you, I've just gotten put into that side wall. You guys will see that in the corner of the screen. But same with you, I don't see too much visual damage on that number 6 machine. mostly single file out to single file and double file racing, as they are still crazy towards the back part of the field. But how about William Ayers? I said in the intro that he did a Kyle Larson type move, was inches away from the outside wall on both ends in his heat race, and if he does something like that again, he could have a real shot. Failing new to the channel, but he, if he does win here tonight, doesn't matter who it is, it will probably be the biggest win on the channel. But if Ayers wants to catch up to the race leader, he has to catch up with Joe Witkowski, who clearly dominated in the JVL Cup Series this year.
Yeah, no surprise from Witkowski on that one. No surprise seeing him up front here. Of course, Joe Rutt, good friend, and of course a long time NR YouTuber himself. So great to see him up front there. Elijah Gordon running in third. But look at Ayers, looking to try to make something happen here. Door slamming. Man, he's making a statement here early on.
We've seen this all week long. The aggression has been way picked up compared to last year. And I thought the aggression was already crazy, but clearly not. We've seen so much more door slams, so many more crashes, so many more tight racing, and of course 5 flips when we only had a couple last year. So clearly the intensity has been picked up for the 6th annual event, and William Ayers trying to get this inside lane to it. We'll see how the lanes end up changing all night long, because this is the longest race all week long. Matt Tutt's gonna, not Matt Tutt, that's Barretto, gonna take that 3rd spot away from Gordon, and now Minnick side by side. Is gonna clear Joe Witkowski, and the number 32 is gonna have the race lead on that number 10.
Nicely done there by Ayers to take the lead. Witkowski looks like maybe didn't want to race him too hard there. May have just kind of give him the gentleman the let him go. But not sure. Of course, that 32 is looking pretty fast at the moment. But with the fact that we're actually getting relatively settled down, I'm kind of surprised at how strung out they're already getting here. Relatively speaking, of course. But that's kind of a good sign that we may end up with a longer green flag run here to start with than I initially thought. So now this is where everyone can maybe try to settle in and see kind of what they've got as far as what their cars are going to be capable of in both the short run and the long run. The 32 definitely has a good short run car. We'll see if that will continue onward throughout the laps.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, the 100 laps, you definitely want to take it easy right now. This is a good sign of how crazy the stuff has been all week long. But William Ayers loves the way he seems with that clean air right in front of him. And we'll see who has a long run car and who has a short run car. Minnick might have a little bit of a, maybe a medium one car, because he's starting to fall off, he's starting to fire off here in this number 12, all over the back bumper, and out to the inside of Barretto for the 3rd spot, a little bit close there in 3 and 4, as there might have been an incident with the 74 went way low on that sit. There's so much action all over this just over 6 mile 0.6 mile track, and here comes one of the 2 Dodgers in the field, bottom it, gonna do a gentle slide job, and a little bit of a 1 side by side for 3rd.
There's some good racing up here so far. I think right now is also when track position will start to also play a factor, where you kind of establish yourself on that crazy start. Is probably going to start to pay dividends at this point if we continue to go green. Because as the field gets strung out, it's going to be harder and harder to try to make your way forward. So I think a lot of these guys up here from probably within the top 10, top 12 are still going to be in it with a pretty decent shot as this thing goes on. Of course, who knows? You might see someone really come alive there from like the midfield and start making their way forward. But right now, things are looking pretty chill. Again, by Oswego standards, that is.
Shout out to this number 05. John Andrews started 29th here, and he's inside the top 5. We might have a caution, and I believe we do. Caution number 1 is out on lap 18.
I'll take what I just said and throw it out the window. Oh man, 62.
Might be the
kind of
culprit.
rough shape there.
And not
I think
good.
that's Skylar Taylor.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't see too much damage for anyone besides the 62. So that is a good sign to see. Got a nice 18 lap green flag 1. And we'll see what ends up happening. As I was saying, John Andrews started 29th. And he's in 5th already.
Yeah, I know. Excuse me. I know I mentioned about track position being king there. I mean, that just shows with the double final start. If you can really make it work for you, and then you get yourself up there in a great position, and that's exactly what Andrews was able to do. And is now up here with the top 5, and is going to be looking pretty good to try to hold on to that. Being the fact that now every restart is going to be single file. It'll definitely help out as far as holding on to track position, at least as best as you can. Of course, yeah, everyone's going to be kind of playing a little bit differently, so we'll see what happens on this restart then.
Oh yeah, without doubt, it's going to be interesting on the restart. Let's see what happens. We have the first caution of the night in the A main for the 2024 Metro Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. Here we go, first caution of the A main, and this one might be on the 62 of Skylar Taylor. And unfortunately, the 62 tried ripping the cushion and tried to clean herself on Owen Miles in the number 74 and Jack Haas in the number 11. This is going to be a bad angle conflict. It's one of the slightly angled walls here at Oswego Speedway. And a big hit into the inside wall. Bounces back up the racetrack, and unfortunately, the B and a C winner of Reggie Fulton gets a little bit of a tap and a close call, a matter of inches right there for the number 81, the Felix Mayer. Luckily, pretty much a one-car incident, tough way for Skylar Taylor early on, but depending on how much damage she really has, might not be out of it with how many laps we still have left here in the A main.
They're going into the corner. They are going to end up 3 wide here. I wonder if Skylar didn't quite realize that they were 3 wide, so tried kind of diming the corner a little bit, and that's why she came down. I'm really not actually putting all that much blame on the 75. But hey, just a racing deal. Same guys going for, or guys and gals going for the same real estate, and hey, that's just how racing goes sometimes. I know I've been there more than once or twice. Thanks to how the caution fell there, she's going to be able to at least claim her spot briefly. We'll see if she comes down pit road to repair the damage. If not, she might be struggling a bit with that kind of an impact on the side.
Yeah, not too much damage, but does have a little bit of damage on the side, and we'll see of how badly that affects her. Let's go ahead and get back to the restart here after the first caution of the night in the A main. Welcome back to the A main feature for the 2024 edition of the Shootout. And it is still very early on, one caution, and we will go back going on lap 24 at the line. All 30 cars are still out there and running. Skylar Taylor did not pick a pit and will restart in 23rd. It will be Ayers, Wilkowski, Minnick, Boretto, Andrews the top 5, Gordon, Scott, Smith, Gutierrez, and Stout the top 10. Still very early on, still 75 plus laps to go. And Ayers with a pretty good restart over Joe Wilkowski.
Now we'll see how the single file restart's going to play out here, as the 05 is going to get to the inside. Man, that thing is bad fast on these restarts. Going from a 29th starting position up to 5th, and now we're going to take 4th away from the 24. Going to just get up in front of him. Nice move there. See Patrick Smith starting to make some moves there, trying to be a 2-in-a-row winner here for the A main shootout. But trying to now get it on Elijah Gordon. Just managed to get by 71. So we'll see if he's still able to keep that speed up here and try and have a shot at making a little bit of history here on the channel.
I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone's gone 2 in a row in this event. I believe Juan Garcia's won the birthday bash 2 years in a row, but I don't think anyone's gone back to back in this event. John Andrews is absolutely flying here. This number 05 made it from the B main, started 29th, and was up to 5th before that first caution. And he got up to 4th right after the restart. Now he's up to 3rd. Andrews is flying. He might not be done yet. He might go to 2nd. Andrews is flying.
Who would have thought someone with the name Andrew is actually fast? I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's a roast against myself. Just saying. But yeah, at this rate, he might be able to get a nose underneath the 32 here, try to take the lead. He is on a roll here. I mean, that does have me a little bit concerned for the long run if he's really going at it this hard. But who knows? That could be a good sign, right? Oh man, the slide for the 12.
Well, Sean Anders does know a thing or two about making hits with this year. Earlier in the year in March, I believe he won the 100th points race in the JBL Cup Series, and he's trying to get the 6th annual event win in the shootout. But Rim is, I pointed out that he was fast in his heat. I think he's still going to have a real good shot at this one. I think everybody in the top 5 has a good shot early on. I think Patrick Smith is going to have a good shot later on. And with just how long this race is, you don't want to burn up with stuff, and these guys will most likely be on the same tires all night long unless they have a problem. So they have to manage the stuff, but someone that isn't is Sean Andrews side by side, a little bit of side by side door banging action. Is going to rip the top side, Andrews on the inside, 2 Chevys battling for the race lead on lap 32.
I think should get it here on entry, I would imagine, and oh yeah, we'll do so handily. My goodness, from second to last up to first in a matter of 33 laps.
Oh.
That is very impressive.
They about left in the back. It was the 72 of Oscar, and once again, another restart where these guys are absolutely chaotic in the back. Looks like the 72 and the 04 have damage. Trey Bell has slipped back, and he's behind all this chaos in the back. And the 04's not happy with the 72 right there.
Sorry, I had to.
Well, here we go. It is back to the inside, trying to take the race lead back. So much action already in this 30-car field, and we're only on lap 35 of 100. This is gonna be a blast.
It's already a blast, if I have to say. I will say, I definitely probably want to keep an eye on that midfield just to be safe, because that is a hornet's nest and a half. Pretty much on their way back there. It looks like they may have settled down at least a little bit. Oh, well, I take that back, and we're going to see a spin out.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Reggie Folkman just took out Elijah Gordon. And we saw all that live.
That's going to end well. Was Reggie Gordon in the 40?
Yes.
And that was the 42.
Oh, that was the 42. Oh. All the chemos was cause of literally the same. Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Tough way for Spilly to, I should say. Last year he flipped late, and then this time he gets dumped by Reggie Folkman. Tough break for Spilly too. Gordon still running inside the top 10, so my apologies on that. But a tough break there. And I don't think Spilly is going to be too happy with Folkman right there. That one. Second caution of the night. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened between Folkman and Spilly about for turn number 4. Here we go. This was the second caution of the night. And another dump and one off of turn number 4. And this one was even worse than the first one. Reggie Folkman came from 3 car lengths back, essentially, twice slide jobbing the 04, didn't quite clear himself, and then got onto the corner panel and just kept on spinning the number 42 of Wiley Spilly until he hit the other angel wall. And honestly, this one is even worse than the one ahead of it, and a hard hit for Spilly, but luckily, everyone is able to avoid him this time, unlike the first one, where Reggie got a little piece of it, of Skylar Taylor. But tough way for Spurley to be made into back-to-back A-mains, but he's going to have a destroy race car, and both of them going to keep on going, at least he should be, but tough way nevertheless for Wiley Spurley too.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of an overly aggressive move by the 19, just slides up the track, and I'm sure nothing intentional there, but yeah, just an overly aggressive move from Fogelman right into Spurley tube, and yeah, kind of similar to the first caution, just slightly different half-head stance that led to that. So I will admit, I mean, I just saw the 62 was kind of holding her own with the damage that she had. So possible the 42 might be able to do the same thing. But yeah, I'm probably none too pleased with the 19 would be my guess.
Yeah, I don't think we will be too much surprised if something happens in this race. Hopefully it doesn't, but a tough way for Spilly too, and it will be John Andrews from 29th to 1st very quickly, bringing us back to the restart here in the A main. Welcome back to the A main. 2 early simple cautions and a lot of great racing so far. We will go back going with less than 60 laps to go, not even halfway through the A main yet, but a lot of great action. Go back going on lap 42. It will be John Andrews, Willem Ayers, Joe Witkowski, Igor Barreto, Bronson Minute, Patrick Smith, Jordan Stout, Angel Gutierrez, Elijah Gordon, and Chase Hayes rounding at the top 10. And let's see how this restart shakes out. Can John Andrews stay out front? Let's find out. Back going with less than 60 to go in the A main.
05 has shown some impressive speed here so far. Let's see if he's able to do it out in front here. That 32, though, has been bad fast as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see these two really going at it here on this restart. Rutkowski already kind of dropped back just a little bit, probably letting these guys just have at it a little bit. And yeah, I can tell the 32 is already kind of thinking like, all right, let's try to get that. Let's try to get back up front there.
William Ayers definitely looks like has a really good car. A couple cars go wide in 3 and 4. So we will eventually have a battle between Andrews and Ayers. Of course, Sean Andrews is a long trainer veteran, competing in every single JBL Cup Series season. William Ayers is new and only competed in trucks this year. But definitely a lot of talent made into the chase in the truck series, and one at Indianapolis Raceway to open off the chase. So definitely taking this opportunity very well and trying to chase down Andrews for that top spot. Minnick trying to go after the 24. Jordan Stout just got past the number 4 of Smith, and I'm a minute to the inside of Barreto. Great racing still inside the top 10 early on. We got side-by-side action back there with Halliger and Jericho, and Matt Tuck and Logan Williams. Logan Williams is starting to make some moves towards the top half of the field, and is actually top 15 now for the 30th place driver. So a lot of drivers are making the moves up to the front, but unfortunately one of them that has disappeared is Trey Barlow. Unfortunately, Will Pick is back in the 20th position right now.
It's because I picked him. It's usually how it goes. Continuing the battle here with the 24 and the 12. These two have been really swamping it here for a good little while now. I think I just saw a caution flying.
Third caution of the night, right before the halfway point. Oh my goodness!
That is the weirdest flip I've ever seen. What on earth?
Well, there goes one of the 2 drivers that has competed in every A main under this format. What on earth? Sam Badil's gonna go down pit road, and that is gonna be flip number 6 on the week, and possibly the realest one yet.
It looked like he just throttled it into the wall. I just witnessed. Hey, I'm good to see a replay. What on earth just happened there? Definitely something involving the 6. That's all we know.
Yeah, Sam Badillo was slow and he's down onto pit road. Tough wait for Sam Badillo and a real situation for Crampton. Let's see what happens with caution number 3 of the night in the A main. Here we go, third caution of the night, and unfortunately it involves one of our 2 drivers that's made every single start in this A main in the format. The 04 of Mackenzie washes up, and so does the 09 of Bryce Egan. Crampton gets to the inside of the 09, and right when he does that, Skylar Taylor, who already had damage, ended up finishing Crampton off in the number 23. And unfortunately, here came unable Nicholas Samdio and Wiley Spurleytube. I think Spurleytube might get it out just fine. No, he does not. He runs in the back of Samadillo and the side. and Abel with some damage. And that is going to cause the third accident of the night. Fairly mild, but multiple cars involved. Sam Dio, that was unfortunately enough damage and hit him on the right side of the car, or the left side of the car, but in the right place to force him to go down pit road. And then, of course, Crampton had some extra fun after. But tough break for everyone involved. Third caution of the night, and definitely by far the most cars involved.
So looking at this again, I think that the 04 got way too high up the track, and the 09 checked up. The 23 wasn't quite ready for it, and that's what kind of led to that bit of a stack up there. And 23 goes around and gets collected by others. Now, here's what happens here, now that I've seen it again. The 23, because of how the caution fell in the start-finish line, had to pass the pace car. However, he did so on the outside. So it was missing Samadou, was missing the pace car, and then just overdrove it. And then locked up, and yeah, you don't want to go sideways in the dirt because it'll just catch you and send you flying. So, I mean, either that or he just wanted to add to the flip counter because LOL. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be a night over for Crampton and Samadou, unfortunately.
Samadou might be able to go back out, and he actually does a great job entering the stall, so he might be able to fix the sandwich and get back out before the caution is over. But tough way for Crampton. Not going to be able to win this event in his third A main, and he may sit now 6 flips this week for the shootout week. What a crazy first 50 laps. We've seen a 100 lap action filled in 50. Let's get back to the restart with John Andrews and William Ayers the top 2 for the second half of the A main. Well, after that chaos, welcome back to Oswego Speedway, just past halfway, and like I said, we have seen some chaos already, and we are still having 48 laps to go in the A main. John Andrews, William Ayers, and Joe Wachowski still the top 3. Minnick is in 4th, Barretto is in 5th, might have to watch out for Jordan Stout in 6th now. Patrick Smith in 7th, Gutierrez in 8th, Gordon in 9th, and Chase Hill still running inside the top 10. And shout out to Local Williams inside the top 15, running in 14th after starting dead last. Back green past halfway in the A main.
Great start for Andrews there. This 05 and the 32 have been the class of the field so far. That's not to say, of course, that one of them have this locked up. We're just now into the second half. We'll see if these guys are able to come alive here. As the 12 looking to make a move on Rutkowski, our pole sitter. Trying to get to the inside here, but of course with the multi-groove nature of this racetrack, we'll see if Rutkowski could try to get the run on the outside and hold on to that position. Going to be still side by side here through the next couple corners.
Wassup trying to do a slide job, not clear, and Rutkowski going to whip the top side and might go after second place of William Ayers. We've seen that all week long, really turn out to be the way to go. We've seen that more this year than I remember, but it's such great racing, and the top 3 all running 3 different lanes. Andrews, Ayers, and Rutkowski the top 3, and some fantastic racing all night long, all over the racetrack. Angel Gutierrez to the inside of Elijah Gordon inside the top 10. Logan Williams still making some moves. Almost, he's getting close to being inside the top 10. So the last 2 guys on the grid are getting close to getting inside the top 10. It might be hard to pass, but it surely is not impossible to pass. But Andrews whipping that high side. That's probably where Ayers wants to win based on what we've seen in his heat race. But he still has a fast car, and he has a mission to chase down that 05.
And he's still got plenty of time trying to pass him back. I mean, of course, the 05 and the ability of him to be able to go from 29th to 1st here shows that that car's got a lot of speed. We did see the 32 take the lead earlier on. I still say it's one of those two is definitely the favorite, as the 24 and the 12 still battling it out here. These two have been rather inseparable for the majority of this race so far, but now the 88's knocking on the door of that battle there. And how about this 70? Still moving up, is officially in the top 10 and is possibly looking for more here. Man, these rear starters, I'm impressed. They're really getting it done.
I think Johnny Evans might have a short one card. I think Local Villains might have a long one card. Because he's definitely taking a lot more time to get inside the top 10. It took him about 58 laps or so. But now he's inside the top 10. 3 wide right behind him though. That's Gordon, Hawks, and Harris with a little bit of contact. That was a little bit closer, and they're still going to go 3 wide, side by side, up ahead between Minnick and Barretto again. Haas make contact with Gordon off turn number 2. 40 laps to go, still plenty of time, but things are still getting CS Jericho with a reverse slider. And all that is happening outside of the top 10. And meanwhile, battle for the race lead. These two have broken away from Wachowski, and is battling with Anders once again for the top spot.
And Gordon was falling back there, but now we've got battle for the lead. Andrew's going to power off the top side and get clear. 32 still looking quick, though, actually utilizing the bottom lane to make a little more speed and try to get to the corner panel of the 05. They are pulling away from the rest of the field once again. Rutkowski still kind of still lurking. But man, it's side by side with the 12 and the 24. Yeah, absolutely inseparable. I am impressed there with Barretto and is that Bronson Minnick?
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay, yeah.
Oh!
Did not have the driver's. I mean, that's not good.
Oh my goodness, something happened to the number 9. I thought I saw something in the back. And Skylar Taylor, that might take her out. Third crash of the night, third incident. And that one is now totaled on the number 62.
Yeah, 9 is on pit road there. Yeah, it looked like something may have gotten stacked up there. I think that's the first caution that we have seen out of the turn 1 and 2 section. Everything has been off of turn 4 so far, so
oh,
a little something different there. Oh, do I want to know?
It was a tire for the number 9. Went down in the middle.
Probably just ended up grinding into the dirt and stopped. Be my guess. Stopped. That is quite the way to say that, Andrew. Good job. I did. At time of recording, I did a Tough Mudder yesterday. If y'all know what that is, then you know. If you don't, look it up. That was insane. So I'm a little tired right now.
Tough way for Angel Gutierrez was one inside the top 10 always long, and unfortunately has a tire go down and causes a multi-car incident in 1 and 2. 4th caution of the night, but most of them have not been that violent, so we still have a lot of cars left. Let's get a look at what happened to the number 9 of Gutierrez, who blew a tire while running inside the top 10. Here we go. Unfortunately, running in the 8th position, Angel Gutierrez has a tire go down, one in front of Logan Williams and Chase Harris. And unfortunately, the culprit that's going to turn the number 9 who had a tire go down is the number 11 of Jack Cos. Runs right into the back of him. And then the 9 is going to go up the racetrack. Harris is going to get involved. Reggie Folkman is going to get involved in his third incident of the night. Harris hits the outside wall. Great job from Gordon to avoid it. Owen Miles with a piece of it. And here's the big hit for the number 62 of Skylar Taylor. Just was running side by side with the 04. Tried getting down to the bottom, but ran out of room and the hard hit. One last shot for Gutierrez, and that's going to take out the number 62, most likely. A lot of cautions here tonight, but a tough break for Angel Gutierrez, running inside the top 10, but blows a tire, and his night is going to mostly be done here tonight.
Racing side by side with Patrick Smith there, and then tires going to go down. Yeah, pretty much already going down, and yeah, just trying to keep control, but you got to slow way down to do that, and there's going to be a lot of guys with damage here. But at least a lot of them are going to be able to continue, except for the 62. Skylar Taylor, man, it has not been her night at all. Even the 19 has had a rough night as well when you get right down to it. So, yeah, that front end is as tore up as you can get. Probably had some engine damage as a result.
Oh!
And
I don't think
maybe a little frustrated there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit frustrated. Yeah, she's already done. So tough play for the 62. We'll see if the 9 is able to continue, but that's going to be our third retiree of the night. Let's get back to 3. Start with the same top 3 here late in the going in the A main. Welcome back to the A main after our 5th caution of the night, I believe, and we will go back green with 31 laps to go in the A main for the Richard Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. It has been a fantastic race with a great battle between Ayers and Andrews. If things end up going the way that it's been, it will probably come down to one of these two. But hopefully we can end this race with a green one to the end. Here we go. Unfortunately, we do have 3 cars out of Clampton, Taylor, and San Badillo. Angel Gutierrez is still winning, but it's 2 laps down. Back green with 31 laps to go in A main.
Patrick Smith trying to make some early ground here on the restart. Nearly gets in a minute. But they're going to be able to keep it clean there. Yeah, now we're getting down to crunch time here. If you're outside the top 10, you're probably starting to get a little concerned, a little bit desperate, trying to make up some ground. But those top 2 have still been the class of the field. Rutkowski has just been just a step behind. We'll see if he's able to pull anything out here for this final run. Assuming this is the final run, it might not be, based on what we've been seeing. But Smith's still trying to go for it there, trying to get up into the top 5.
Another shout for one of these B main drivers. Unfortunately, Crampton and Volkman have had problems, but the other 3, Andrews, Williams, and now Pacheco, all running inside the top 10. Great job for those 3 drivers that made it from the B main last night. And here we go. It's getting down to crunch time. Almost 25 laps to go. And I think these 3 might be the 3 cars that have the best shot at this race win. Andrews, Ayers, and Rutkowski. Still a long way to go. We still have more laps than what the heat races had. But it's getting down to crunch time. Once Andrews took the race lead, he's not been able to really lose it. Besides maybe once from William Ayers. But this 32, I think it still has a really good chance.
Yeah, Ayers definitely got speed. It's just a matter of if he's going to have enough to try to complete the pass. We've seen him get side by side with the 05, but was not able to complete the move. So really got to set it up properly and hope that the inside lane is going to be able to hold it, because that 05 is really ripping the outside and getting the runs that he needs to try to hold on to this thing. Rutkowski's sticking with them much better than he did before, so that could play a factor here. But I don't know, that 05 and 32 have been so good throughout the course of this race. Of course, the 05 haven't started as far back as he did, and the 32 taking the lead. I still, at this point in the race now, I am starting to question if anyone is going to be able to challenge either of them for this race win. Although shout out to Barretto there, who's also starting to kind of close in there in 4th place. And right as I say, that kind of slides up. Patrick Smith is indeed up to 5th. So still maybe with a slim chance of maybe making it back to back.
If things get wild, which I will say we have had some crazy stuff this week. We did wreck for a transfer spot in one of the heat races, so it's been a wild week. It's all but over until the final lap here tonight at Oswego Speedway, and we're getting close to it, almost to heat race length. Lap 79 of 122 at the line, 21 laps to go. William is trying to run a lane lower than the number 05. And that seems to be working until he gets super close to the 05. I don't know if these guys are trying to save the tires, or if now you just have to go for it. I thought Rutkowski was, but now he's starting to fall back again, so we'll see what ends up happening. But 20 laps to go in the A main. Andrews trying to dominate this one after starting in the 29th position.
Yeah, I think we're at the point now that you really can't be too worried about conserving. You just got to try to go for it and make the best lap times that you can. 05 kind of got a couple car lengths ahead there. Now 32 is reeling them back in. Once again pulling away from the rest of the field. These 2 have, man, I am impressed, and I'm glad to see that we've got some guys that really able to make it happen. Is now the 32. Maybe we're going to try to switch it up here a little bit, try and see if that outside lane's going to work for him at all. That'd be pretty cool. You got experience versus less experience up here, but it's not really showing the difference. They both have been putting on a great show up here at the front.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, there's been battles all throughout the field all night long. Unfortunately, I'm not NBC and I can triple box it, but I can just what's assured there's been action all night long every time I look at the back of these cameras, but this has been the battle of the night between the number 05 and the number 32. And I really think Ayers might have a shot, but he's going to be a factor. The 72 is off the pace. The number 9 is off the pace. We might have a couple of lap cars for the first time tonight. If this stays green, could play into a massive factor.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully not too much of a factor. As the 12 and the 88 doing battle here. The 70 is up here. As you said, shout out to the 70. Great run after starting at the very back for Logan Williams. Jericho's up there in the top 10. The 11 holding on to a top 10 despite, I believe, having a bit of damage. So credit there where credit's due. No doubt about it. And yeah, we'll see if lap traffic is going to play much of a factor here. Hopefully not too bad. This isn't like Daytona or Talladega. So hopefully they'll be able to make quick work of the 72.
Sam Oskin, we've had a little bit of an issue early on. That's not good for Andrews. Went a little bit wide in 3 and 4. Can cost him a little bit of ground. Not as much as I thought, but Andrews has been really good at that top side, and that's forced Ayers to run a lane lower. 12 laps to go. Lap car is in the way. That's Andrews side by side with Oskin, and he's gonna get clear. And William Ayers is gonna get to the inside perfectly. So that was a perfect time for both of the leaders to catch up to him. And what a 1 and 2 from William Ayers in the process. He might have a shot in 3 and 4. Ooh, not quite.
Trying to get to the quarter panel, not quite. Andrew's still holding on to it.
Oh boy, the adrenaline is kicking with these top 2 drivers. They know how big this race win could be. 11 to go, 10 to go at the line. I think William Ayers might have a little bit of a long one car, and we saw right there almost was able to get past Andrews because of the lap car actually assisting him. And now look at Borello. He could sneak a top 3 podium finish here in the A main as 3rd and 4th are trapped behind Oskin. Oh boy.
That may have been a bit of an unhappy door nudge there from Rutkowski, being like, get out of my way, dude. What are you doing?
How about Logan Williams? He might sneak his way into a top 5 as well. I think there's definitely some drivers that have definitely saved their stuff for the final 10 laps of this race. Like Borello, like Patrick Smith, like Logan Williams, maybe Jordan Sauer and Jericho as well. And Sam Oskin is not being a great lap car, but he's not being a terrible lap car either. Obviously, he does have some kind of damage. And Jericho, well not Jericho, Rutkowski wants that 3rd place spot back from the 24 of Borello. But not quite going to get there side by side for 3rd. And meanwhile, up ahead, John Andrews seems to be pulling away ever so slightly from the number 32. But we are going to have one more lap car to be in the way, and it's Angel Gutierrez.
And another car here, 32, once again trying to make that move, but that 05 is just so strong on the outside. I am very impressed here. Now, if he... That jump scared me. That was a siren, sorry about that. But, gonna go down to the inside here, trying to make that move.
That's not good.
Oh man, 9's not making it easy though.
And then is gonna get to the inside of the number 9. We should have any more lap cars left. Oh, never mind, we might. The 42 might get involved, but I don't know if we have enough time for that. 4 laps to go. It's gonna come down to the 2 drivers that battled all night long. But Andrews has been the car to beat here tonight from 29th to 1st, but it's not been easy. 3 laps to go. William Ayers really wants his 2nd career win on the channel. Really wants his biggest win on the channel here tonight. But he has to beat this 5-season JBL Cup Series feather win, and it's looking like it might be Andrews if he does not slip up too more times around Oswego Dirt for 2024.
2 more laps, just trying to keep it clean here for Andrews. 32 is trying with everything that he's got. I see him sliding it there a little bit, but they are 3 seconds clear. These two have dominated this race. But the 05 taking the white flag from 29th to 1st. Just got to hold on one more time.
In 2022, the 15th starting position driver won. Last year it was the 5th starting position. This year, John Anders from the B main. From 29th to 1st is going to barely hang on to it. John Anders will win the 2024 which is the Hollywood Stapleton Shootout A main feature. A great one from Ayers, but a dominant performance from that number 05. 29th to 1st, a new record that might not even get topped. Great one from John Anders, and he wins the A main feature in dominating fashion.
Yeah, great job there. Was definitely earned it though, racing that 32 pretty much the whole way. Those two were the class of the field. Both drivers got a lot to be proud of. And yeah, many congrats there to the 05 on a great win, only 2/10 ahead. But then yeah, 3 seconds clear of anyone else. But a great race. That was really, really cool.
Fantastic action, definitely. I think saw better racing this year overall and everything. The heats, in all, oh my goodness, in all the mains. Don't worry about what's happening on pit road, but just fantastic stuff all week long. And John Anders was able to dominate this one and get the race win. I thought it was kind of a shot. I was kind of pulling for him there just a little bit because I wanted a side-by-side battle. Not quite close enough. Anders was just so good up top. But Ayers was fouling something all over the place, and that's one thing I liked about this year. For some reason, these guys were able to really win about anywhere on this racetrack. There's 2 or 3 different lanes that they could win all the time, and just fantastic stuff. Witkowski is going to get 3rd, but wasn't really close to the top 2, especially towards the end. Great one from Barretto to get 4th. Great one from last year's winner, Patrick Smith, and the number 4 gets 5th. Logan Williams, just like John Anders, started in the back. He started 30th here tonight and finished in 6th. You definitely could pass if you have a good race car. Bronson Minute started 2nd. He gets 7th. Jordan Stout gets 8th. Jericho, another one that made it from the B main to the main. He gets 9th. Jack Haas gets 10th. Ronnie Halger, Austin Scott, Jordan Edwards, Chase Hills, Reggie Folkman with his up and down night with getting all kinds of damage with multiple incidents. Still gets a top 15. Matt Tuck in 16th, Trey Bell in 17th, Felix Mann in 18th, Burnett, Miles, the top 20, and then Egan, Gordon, and McKenzie, Abel, Spurley to the top 25. Oskin was 1 lap down, Angel Gutierrez ended up being 3 laps down. And then unfortunately the 3 cars that were out from this one was Skylar Taylor, Travis Crampton, who provided with us with 1 more flip, with 6 flips total for the 2024 week of this event. And unfortunately Nico Samudio finished dead last year tonight and 30th. What a main, what a week of all the heat races and all of the mains and the dash. And what a main, fantastic racing, had some chaos, but only 3 cars DNFs here tonight. The biggest field yet, 60 cars to 30. What's the final thoughts for the 2024 edition of this event?
Well, that was a great race to be able to call, even if I couldn't be in it. That was a lot of fun, and thank you for having me for this one. And congrats to John Andrews on the win there. And congrats to William Ayers on showing some incredible speed. Those two, as I said, just were untouchable as soon as they got to the front. Of course, yeah, we saw some chaos in here, which is to be expected. But yeah, still had a lot of cars running, a lot of competitive racing, and I think it just goes to show. I mean, yeah, getting offline racing on dirt is very tough to make it like really competitive and exciting without it turning into an absolute chaos fest. So this track is really great for that, and I'm glad to have been up here in the booth for a couple of these things, and that was a lot of fun. And Nathan, thank you again, and a Godspeed to Hollywood himself, Richard Stapleton.
Oh yeah, definitely a great event. This event never disappoints. I feel like it keeps on getting bigger and better every year. Of course, this week we had literally races on Monday through Friday with the ARCA and East Series, along with the expansion of the amount of colors that we had. Just absolutely incredible. Tons of fun in every race I did. The one time we go to Oswego Dirt, and I feel like just raising the AI sweep just one click definitely made a massive change with the racing that we saw this year. And this event always proves to me, and this track especially shows out every time that, hey, it deserves to come back another year. So probably we'll come back to Oswego next year, and we'll see what happens next year, and if I can even make it bigger than what we did this year. Just huge thanks for Caleb for the heat and the dash. Huge thanks to Wassup for calling the C, B, and D main. Huge thanks to, of course, Alex for calling the East race, and of course Andrew and Alex for the main ARCA race, and of course my man Andrew up here in the booth for the A main. Everyone's awesome in this community. Everyone is great, and for the 6th annual event is insane, and the fact I've been doing this for a long time is crazy, and I'm not done yet. I'm definitely not. That's just gonna be great. But we got some ARCA racing still. We just started those seasons. Next week we got the Ansel ARCA series at Watkins Glen, and we got the West Series racetrack at Cone County. So stay tuned for that. And we're not done yet about ARCA for the rest of the year. Huge thanks to everyone that joined me. Huge thanks to Andrew for joining me for the A main. And congratulations to John Andrews from 29th on the grid, advancing from the B main and winning for winning the A main for 2024, which is Hollywood Stapleton Shootout. And until next year, we'll be bringing this event back. Congratulations to John Andrews, and we will see you guys next time. I've been talking for an hour and a half. I'm done. See you guys next week for more ARCA, and once again, congratulations to John Andrews for getting the race win. Bye.